we interrupt this broadcast to bring you an announcement.
If you can hear this, you're one of us. If you're one of us, you can find us.
I'm Chad Hodge. I'm the writer of the movie The Darkest Minds. So the movie The Darkest Minds is based on a book series, a YA book series by an author named Alexander Bracken. And it's this amazing book series that I fell in love with when I read the first book and really wanted to adapt it. I was in the middle of doing the first season of my show Good Behavior, and I didn't really have time, but I loved this book so much that I had to do it. And so I turned it into this amazing, I think, movie. And so it comes out August 3rd. So the movie is about, it's 6 years in the future, and it's 98% of the kids in the United States only have died. So there's only 2% of kids are still alive. And they all have these really weird, strange powers and abilities, but the government has put them all into concentration camps. So the whole thing is kind of a World War II allegory, and it follows the story of this one girl named Ruby, played by Amanda Stenberg, who is in a concentration camp and finds a way to break out and run away and try to get back to her family, and ends up in a group of kids who, just like her, who are on the run from the government. So it's very timely. And it has a very sort of beautiful message about being who you are and accepting your weirdness and your powers and also your strength, and also finding a place to, be able to survive. Yeah. A typical day for me writing this would be, I always outline everything from beginning to end. My big thing in writing is know your ending, know where you're going. So I always sort of know the end of the scene, the end of the movie, where, so you want to have a goal. But along the way, I would always have a million questions, and my big thing, I adapt a lot of things by other authors, books and stuff. And I would thank God, all the stuff I've adapted, the authors are alive and well. So I call them and I'm just like, hey, I don't understand what is happening on page 316. What is this? Can we talk about this mythology? And I really like to engage with the original author to understand, because it's a world they created and I'm just adapting it, So yeah. It's different for every project. In this particular case, for Darkest Minds, the book came to me through a producer, and they had smartly, optioned this book, and they knew about it, and they said, we'd love you to consider adapting this. One thing I always thought when I was younger was that I didn't have something smart enough to say, and I had to wait till I felt like I had something smart enough to say. And I think the biggest thing that I would tell my younger self is, you have something smart to say now. So learn the skills of the trade and figure out how to put what you have to say into a script or a book or however you want to say it. But you're smart, and you don't have to wait to be old.
I will fight for all of us.